I've been out hunting more Batman books, hitting up as many places as I can find. Came back with another little stack that we're going to talk about right after this. Hey YouTube comic community, it's Jimmy the Geek Aficionado, back with another episode of Stalking the Bat. I have acquired some more books, as I said in the opening, and if this is your first time watching one of these videos, what I'm trying to accomplish is I'm trying to get all of the books in the Batman and Detective Volume 1 series from the Bronze Age all the way to the end for the New 52. And we don't have a whole lot left, so this is episode 6, and I've made a significant dent in trying to acquire these books. For Batman, we only have 6 books left. Sadly, there's no Batman books in this particular haul, but we do have plenty of detective comics. There were 42 books left. I'm sorry, I take that back. 22 books left in the Detective Comics run. And we were able to knock a few off of that, and we're going to get to that right now. From a microcon that I sold at, I was able to actually find one book. This is Detective Comics issue number 528. Pretty cool cover there with some skulls on the daggers, at least in the reflection, which you wonder who's throwing knives at the Batman. But that's Detective Comics number 528, so we got that one off the list. This is a pretty big book, and we're gonna stop and talk about this because I got most of the rest of these actually from community members. And if you haven't purchased from your YouTube community members, I encourage you to do that between YouTube and Instagram, because we can acquire stuff between each other, and that's one of the most fantastic things. Rather than having to go to an LCS or travel out of the way to get the stuff. I mean, if you can get it from people that you know and people that you trust and respect in the community, I think that's a fantastic thing to do. And this particular book came from somebody that I very much trust and respect. It's JB at Discovery Bay Comics. He was doing a claim sale and auction. And I won this on one of the auctions against another great community member that I also hold in high regard. And, well, I'm not going to hold this up anymore, but it's Detective Comics number 395. Now, what's significant about this is the first collaboration between Neil Adams, who did the interior as well as the cover art on here, and Denny O'Neil, the late, great Denny O'Neil, who we lost last year. And if you're not familiar with that collaboration team, I encourage you to look at Green Lantern number 76 through, I want to say it was into like the late 80 issues, maybe 90. Definitely past 87, which was the first appearance of John Stewart. But they were an amazing collaborative team, both on Batman and on Green Lantern. I think that's been one of the biggest things. So this one really kind of slightly falls outside of the Bronze Age. It is a 15 center, so we kind of tend to lean into that a little bit because they consider the Green Lantern 76 the first book of the Bronze Age, which there's a lot of talk about what book actually started the Bronze Age for any of the publishers. Needless to say, this is a fantastic book. I got it at a solid price. There was some deliberation over whether or not, I got a smoking deal on this. After checking the grade, checking the price value that I paid for it, I think it was a fair price. So I'm incredibly happy with it, and I hope that JB is as well with that transaction. But this is a great book, Batman number 395, and that is one of the keys that we have to knock off of this list. Another great seller, and I'm going to make sure that they get listed on the credits of the video. And this guy, he's fantastic. He's from, I want to say he's from North Carolina. It's Bona Comics. He caught one of my streams or something, asked me what I was looking for. I sent him a list, and he was able to actually find 3 books in his inventory that I can show you now that I picked up. Starting with issue number 384. Now this one definitely was outside of our list, but needless to say, I needed it, you know, because it's one of the things that I'm trying to make sure I get is this particular trade dress here, where you've got Batman and Batgirl or Robin in the trade dress. It just kind of denotes that there's stories, particularly with those characters. And specifically, I'm a huge fan of Batgirl, so I'm trying to get all of the Batgirl stories that are in that she shared in Detective Comics. So this is issue number 384. It is a 12 center, so it is technically Silver Age. So we got that. Into the Bronze. This is issue number 489. Again, with a great Batgirl story here. I don't know what's going on there. It looks like they're trying to destroy her memories to take away her knowledge of the secrets of Batman and Robin. Who knows? We'll find out when we read it, right? Because I got to get the story. I got to get the whole series so I can read the books. You know, it's just the way it is. So there's 2 Batman novelettes plus Commissioner Gordon in his first solo story, and the Atom in a mini epic. So that's pretty cool. So you got 6 all-new thrillers featuring the entire Bat family, and that's Detective Comics number 489. And it's got a cool little store stamp right up there, right, with that little star, and then there's like another stamp kind of behind it. Let's see if we can show that off well. Hard for me to see it right here. Oh yeah, right where that glare is, Jim. Right there. Anyway, so 489, and the last book I got from Bona was this one here. This is issue 517, and we're wondering what happened to Batman. Looks like something horrible transpired. We'll find out once we get into the inside, but that's issue number 517. Now, there are times when you make a list and you check it twice, whether you Santa or not, and you realize later on when you're putting stuff away that maybe you should have checked your inventory as well to ensure that you aren't looking for duplicate books. And when I went back and checked my numbers, I found that there were 2 books on my list that I already had. So we're going to scratch those off, but I'm just going to show them off anyway. So this is Detective Comics number 535. Had that one. It was on the list and not scratched off. And this is a horrible looking one. This is Detective Comics number 550 with that really disgusting big spider on there. Really looking forward to reading this one, let me tell you. Anyway, so I have these. These came from other local shops in the area, so I already had them, but didn't knock them off before, so be diligent. Make sure you check your runs, make sure that you have identified all the books that you have so you don't buy duplicates. And I have been not so great at that, so I can use this as a lesson to teach all of you who are trying to fill out your runs and trying to complete your series, so that you can not do the same, because I will be having a Whatnot sale of a nice thick stack of Batman books that I got duplicates of over the last several years. So more information on that coming soon. Anyhow, so where are we now? With that, as I said, we knocked off Detective Comics issues number 395, 489, 517, 528, and the 535 and 550 that we already had, which included, from the Keys, 395, the first Adams and O'Neill issue. And we now have only 16 issues left of Detective Comics that we need to acquire. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more. I am actually filming another haul video soon of Batman that I picked up from C2E2, so you'll have to stick around for that. And please, by all means, if you enjoy the content, click the thumbs up, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell, and you'll find out when I've got more Batman comics to add to this and more great stuff on my channel. Thanks again. Bye.